Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give my 2 cents on a topic that's really making the rounds right now, and PC Gamer has a fantastic article on it, and I think the title is very apropos of this article, and it's something I talked about kind of in one of my recent videos, and a lot of you guys brought it up, but the title of the article is PC Gamers Are Getting Fed Up with One Shitty Port After Another, and man, we talked about Wild Hearts a couple days ago, and thankfully, I did not pay my $70 on that game. Thank the high heavens that I did not, because, at least that game was available through the EA Play trial, and at the end of the day, Steam has their 2-hour refund window policy, so that's not a big deal anymore. But man, I mentioned it in that video, but I feel like we've gotten a stage where the PC ports have gotten egregiously bad in recent memory. It really feels like it's a greater than 50% chance, so like every other game, more than every other game that's a major release, is a sloppy PC port, and however you want to describe sloppy, like, there's a lot of variety in how bad things can get, but a lot of the criticized ports, and PC Gamer laid it out, and it's just like, man, just like thinking about all these games, yeah, like it's just one bad one after another. Personally, just before I go down their list, like some of the ones that really stuck out to me recently, Hogwarts Legacy, love the game, love the game, and I'm happy that I'm playing it, and I'm happy that I beat it and everything like that, and I had an enjoyable time with it, but man, I've seen the gamut of issues from people running this game. I had severe issues at a time. I was playing the game. Warner Brothers hooked me up with a copy of the game pre-release, and I was super excited to check it out. Stuttering mess pre-release. I don't like to say anything about pre-release, just because, patches are being worked on, etc., etc. But then, when the day of the Digital Deluxe Edition coming out, I was like, okay, things are going to get refined, and it's going to get a lot better. I believe they rolled out a patch, and it literally made my game worse, and I tried to tinker around with a lot of things. Ultimately, I was able to get the game working at a decent state, but it was like, man, that's like one of the biggest game releases of the year, maybe the biggest game of the release of the year, and that had problems. Forspoken, we know that game had problems. Dead Space Remake, I've heard stuttering issues on that. My experience with the remake was fairly good, but nonetheless. Callisto Protocol, we talked about that game when it happened in early December. A lot of people dubbed it the Stuttering Protocol, and I don't care if a fix was rolled out really fast. It was still like people stayed up till midnight to play. I believe it dropped on midnight. I don't remember, but people stayed up, or they, played the game right when it came out, and it was a stuttering mess. At this point, I've heard people still having issues with it. It's better than what it was at launch. At launch, it was damn near unplayable with how bad the stuttering was. Gotham Knights? My lord. I actually didn't hate Gotham Knights as a video game. I said, yo, don't spend full price on it, and if it's sub $30, you'll pick it up then, but performance-wise and visual-wise, this is a game that doesn't even look that good, comparatively speaking to, like, Arkham Knight, a game that came out 7 years ago. I know, you can't make a one-to-one comparison. Gotham Knights got the co-op gimmick going on, but still, we're talking high-end hardware performing very poorly on that game, and that was not exclusive to just PC. I mean, that game was hard-locked to 30 FPS on PlayStation 5, which just seems wild to me. Elden Ring, we know that game had a ton of stuttering, and this is just off the top of my head. It's just been bad port after bad port after bad port, and Marvel's Midnight Suns is another one. What they noted is Forspoken. That game had its issues. Horizon Zero Dawn was a game that, if you remember at launch, was a complete train wreck, and that was like Sony's coming out party on PC. Thankfully, since Horizon Zero Dawn, things have gotten a lot better, and I played Horizon Zero Dawn on PC not too long ago, and my experience was really good on it now, but go back to launch. That game had a plethora of issues. Then you look at HD remasters of classic games. They outlined Ninja Gaiden Collection and Chrono Cross, which obviously those are lower key releases, but just because they're lower key releases does not mean that they shouldn't be high-quality PC versions. They should be, because at the end of the day, they're still, $40 games, $30 games, and there's an audience that are really excited for those games, and those are games, Ninja Gaiden, bro, like, come on. Like, if we're having issues with Ninja Gaiden and Chrono Cross, we got real problems. Callisto Protocol, again, Stuttering Protocol. Gotham Knights, wild. Hogwarts Legacy, they noted. Elden Ring, obviously. There was a lot of issues with that, especially from the stuttering standpoint. that was really bad. Midnight Suns saw a frame rate boost from disabling 2K's annoying launcher, and Dead Space launched with fuzzy textures thanks to a variable rate shading as well as stuttering, though a patch quickly fixed that. Obviously, the most recent offender of this is Wild Hearts. That game is just an abomination, like an absolute abomination of a PC version, and my experience is seemingly better than a lot of other people's, but my experience, make no bones about it, has not been good with that game. The game itself, I want to like it, and I'm not big into Monster Hunter style games. I can enjoy them, but you know, that game is just absolutely a train wreck on PC, and it's got a mostly negative reception on Steam, and let me say, rightfully so, because that game is, pathetic right now. Like, let's just be honest, like, that game, $70? Like, what are we doing here? Like, the ports are seemingly getting worse, and the prices are slowly going up. Not only $70 on these games, but look at how much people are dropping on hardware. Sure, maybe we've exited the peak price gouging era, but you're talking about, you know, some of these top-of-the-line GPUs being super, super expensive. And if these games are not, if these games constantly launch with several issues, that's just a real big problem. And it's unfortunate that this is happening over and over again. Hopefully, you know, it does get a little bit better, but, you know, I know a lot of people that are dropping premier dollar on their PCs. You know, a lot of people getting PCs with even like a 3060, like a 3060 should be able to run games well, but, you know, for a lot of cases, it doesn't. No joke, one of my boys is playing Hogwarts Legacy, has a 2070 Super, playing the game at 1080p, and he got to the point where the performance was so bad and he's not going through like all the fixes and trying everything, so he just set the game to low settings because he was that desperate to just play the game at a playable performance rate. Like, come on, a 2070 Super running Hogwarts Legacy at low settings, like, nobody should be doing that. Like, that just makes no sense, and it's absolutely appalling that, you know, things like that happen. But I talked to, you know, anecdotally just talk to everybody else's experience, and it seems like for them, like, it's just a crapshoot on whether or not a game is working or not. And then, like, sometimes you see, like, a fantastic PC port, and it's just like, my god, they actually did it, and it runs well across the board. Like, I remember my experience with Spider-Man. I thought that game ran really, really well. I don't know if that was, like, a complete across the board, like, everybody was running that game really well, but maxing that game out, it looked great, and it was running really well, and obviously, there are games that come out that run really, really well, but it just seems like, recently speaking, and it may be even going past recently, but you're talking about, you know, Callisto Protocol was one that I was really disappointed by with how that game turned out, and was just an absolute bummer. Like, I was just like, man, this is a game a lot of people I know were excited for. It's a brand new IP, and people entrusted their dollar into a brand new IP, and I get it that refunds are a thing, but you're gonna drop it in that state on PC, file mix-up or not. Like, it was just, honestly, that was just, like, disappointing to me. It was, like, really disappointing in that, man, like, a lot of people really were going into this game wanting to enjoy it, and they weren't even given the opportunity right away to, like, decide if they were gonna enjoy it or not, you know, just because the stuttering was so bad. But, nevertheless, I'm rambling here. Check out the article for yourself, because I think it outlines the situation really, really well, that it's not the greatest situation as far as these ports go, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Resident Evil 4 Remake runs well, because that's a game I'm really excited for. Resident Evil has been pretty solid on PC, so fingers crossed on that one, and I think that one will end up being pretty good. But hopefully throughout the rest of the year, maybe, like, they're gonna see that people are starting to push back, especially with a game like Wild Hearts, man. $70, like, obviously that's gonna upset me and irritate me a lot more than, you know, a $60 game not being up to par on PC either. That's not great as well. But remember, EA games you can't even buy from, like, other e-tailers and get them at a discount. So it's $70 plus tax. You are paying $70 plus tax if you want to play Wild Hearts. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Or you can sign up to EA Access Premier or whatever it's called. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all your guys' thoughts in the comments section down below. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.